Thank you. Hi, everyone. Hello. Good evening. My name is Reverend Lea Alvarado. I'm the senior minister here. So glad that you have joined us. Whoa, that's great. I'm going to back up a second here. So glad that you've joined us. Those online, hello. And we are an inclusive community, embracing all paths to God. No matter where you are, no matter what your beliefs are, we are here, and so glad that you've decided to join us this evening. Our practitioner on platform with me is Deborah J., and you're going to hear from her in just a moment. So let's recite our vision and our mission together. Our vision: we are a powerful spiritual community, lovingly committed to a world of acceptance, compassion, peace, and joy. And our mission: to gather together, to express love, practice radical acceptance and inclusion, and to connect with one another and with Spirit. All right, so I'm going to do a little thank you for a moment. So many of you, some of you, came to my ordination and my installation last Sunday, and this was probably the most special day of my entire life. And truly, moving, inspiring, just incredible. And I want to give a special thank you for those who volunteered. There was so much that went on behind the scenes. The woman who was the presiding minister said, "Leah, do not show up until the last minute because you don't have to do a thing." So I didn't, but I know that there was so much that took place. So if you volunteered, did anything behind the scenes to help in any way, will you please stand? Yay! So just want to acknowledge you all. Thank you for helping to make my day so incredibly special. I love you all. Jelaine, hi, so glad to see you. All right, so settle back and go within as we begin with an opening prayer, a meditation in song.
So close your eyes and go into that heart center space, that place where we meet God, that place where we celebrate life, where we become one with all that is. And know that it is all there is. It is myself. It is myself. It is each person here today. It is on this glorious day that we've experienced. It is the support that each person here that has been giving service, donating their time to help bring this class or this service together. It is God, that thing we call energy, Mother Nature. So just settle into that place, knowing that as Reverend Lea speaks her words today, it is God. Knowing the support that all of those in Florida that have experienced disaster from Hurricane Ian, that is God supporting them, giving them housing, medical needs, dollars. So I know that as everything unfolds here today, it is perfect. It is good. And it is here available now, waiting for each person just to open their minds and heart and to accept. I know this time together is blessed. Reverend Lea is blessed. Each person here is blessed. And I simply release these words, knowing it is already so, and so it is.
All right. We're going to do a Karen Taylor good song. We haven't done this one in a while, but it's been a New Thought standard for a long time. And as soon as that's in tune enough. All right. I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. And every time I forget that, so the universe will will show it. There seems to be a plan that works, and there's no way I can blow it. 'Cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. How does the mighty oak tree face the changes autumn brings? He doesn't worry if he'll grow new leaves when it is spring. Let me be that trusting, let me let go. Know the buds are on the way, know I'm laying in the snow. 'Cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. And every time I forget that so, the universe will show it. There seems to be a plan that works, and there's no way I can blow it. 'Cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. How does the tiny robin feel when she finally leaves the nest? She takes a giant leap of faith and lets nature do the rest. Let me be that faithful, let me dare to fly. Though my wings are frail, I will not fail, and there's a simple reason why. 'Cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. And every time I forget that so, the universe will show it. There seems to be a plan that works, and there's no way I can blow it. 'Cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. There's a power in the universe greater than just me, and it works a million miracles when I let it be. 'Cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. And every time I forget that so, the universe will show it. There seems to be a plan that works, and there's no way I can blow it. 'Cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. I always know what I need to know when I need to know it.
Isn't that true? We always need to know. God just shows up exactly at the right time in the right way. So let's harmonize our hearts and minds, placing your hands on your hearts, taking a deep breath. Let's say these words together. Care, appreciation, gratitude, compassion. Care, appreciation, gratitude, compassion. Care, appreciation, gratitude, compassion. Care, appreciation, gratitude, compassion. Beautiful. So I'm going to start our service off with something a little different. I'm going to bring Marie Haller up. And
Marie.
yeah, Marie. So we're going to do this briefly, right? Briefly. So every month, so this whole month, we're talking about prosperity and abundance. Such an exciting topic, yes?
Yes.
You all, excited about that topic?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I hope so, because that's what we're talking about the entire month. So today we're talking about getting into the divine flow. And so to kick us off the month, I'm going to have Marie share a little bit about how you've applied the principles, our principles in your life as it relates to abundance and prosperity.
Yeah, kicking and screaming at first. Woo! Yeah. Who knows who Edwene Gaines is? So I saw Edwene Gaines talk about 20 years ago in Phoenix at New Vision Spiritual Growth Center, and she was talking about tithing and giving, and I thought, this is a scam. They want my money. They want me to give this woman came here to tell us about this 10% of your income thing. They just want my money. And I don't have any money. And I didn't have any money. And then I started reading Edween's book and listening to her CDs, and then all of a sudden I thought, if I try this, she says it works. If I try giving 10% of everything that comes my way, maybe something will happen. And something happened. Something happened. Abundance happened in my life. I didn't realize until, and she has this thing, just try it for 6 months, and if you don't like it, then quit, if it's not working, quit doing it. And I tried it, and believe me, it's worth reading her book, The 4 Spiritual Principles. It's worth participating in this 40 Days of Prosperity that we're doing all together as a community, not just for CSL NOCO, but for each of us as individuals. It's worth it to reinforce these principles in our lives, because if we hold an expectation of the universe that it will provide for us, it will provide for us. I used to, when I worked for the rodeo, which is the last job I worked, the last time I had to work was 4 years ago. I've been I'm calling myself on sabbatical. That really means only a year, doesn't it?
Shorter.
I'm in year 4 of my sabbatical now. But when I worked for the rodeo, I didn't tithe on 10% of what I made. I tithed on 10% of what I wanted to make. And every time I set my sights higher and tithed on where I wanted to be, I got there. So I believe in the principles that we teach. I believe in tithing. If you'd like to hear more about my personal tithing story, please approach me after the service, because I'd be happy to tell you. I love to talk about giving, being in the flow, and it is the best thing you can do for yourself. It really is.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Do you have any questions for me?
We could do the whole service this way. We could. But I do have a talk written.
I understand. Okay, well,
Yeah. But thank you.
If you need me, I'm here.
Thank you.
I know the sound person.
Yeah, yes. Intimately, right? Thank you. Let's hear it again. Yeah, Marie is truly one of the most prosperous, abundant people I have ever met. So thank you. Thank you, Marie. Okay, so we are continuing to talk about this topic, prosperity and abundance, and as the title says, they're getting into the divine flow. So, the word prosperity comes from the Latin root, which literally translates to according to hope. So to go forward, hopefully. Isn't that interesting that it means that? So therefore, our attitude toward our financial affairs is important, isn't it? Are we looking at our financial affairs hopefully? Or when we think about our financial affairs, when we think about the money that's coming into our life, do we have dread? Do we have guilt, shame, overwhelm, fear? Yeah. So, and the most important thing to be aware of is getting into the divine flow. That's the first step. That's the first step. Because, the divine flow is where the divine lives. And if we can access that, there is so much that comes from that place within us. Do you believe me?
Yes.
All right. So a good way to understand the divine flow is to think about the electricity in your home. So, the electricity is running through the wires. We don't really think about it. We just go on and we flip a switch and we trust that the light is going to come on when we flip that switch. Yeah? And, if you grew up in the 80s or if you've been around during that time, a lot of the houses had these round knobs in the dining room for a dimmer switch. Yeah, I can still see that. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The little round, like total 80s looking, yeah. So you press it and the light comes on, and then you can turn it to the left or to the right to make it dim or go down. And so we decide how much light we want to have come in or how dim we want it, right? We're in charge of that. And you know, the same is true with a divine flow. The divine flow is always within us. I'm getting direction from my media person.
You're out of the light.
Oh, when I step back? Okay, very good. For those online, sorry about that. Okay, I will come over here. So, the same is true for the divine flow. It's always there, just like electricity, but we are in charge of turning it up or turning it down. And there are certain things that block that flow, just like electricity or our faucets that run in our home. The water's always in the pipes. If we turn that faucet on full blast, the water's coming out of there, or we can turn it on just a trickle. And when we turn it on just a trickle, there's something blocking the flow, right? So Eric Butterworth said, a turned down light is like a consciousness of lack that restricts the flow of abundance, of substance. The turned up light is like a faith centering that opens the way to an experience of affluence. So there is trust involved in this. Faith. Again, when we flip that switch, it's going to come on. Faith that that divine flow within us is going to give us what we desire and what we want in our life. So it's always present with us. And that presence is the substance of God. Now, if God is an uncomfortable term for you, substitute with whatever word you choose. The divine intelligence, nature, love. But whatever you call it, it is running through you in a powerful way. And so the first step in creating more abundance and prosperity in our life is to understand this principle. That it comes from that divine flow within us, and we can't see it. And sometimes the things we cannot see as humans, we have a hard time with that. We have a hard time trusting because we can't see it. Eric Butterworth says, faith simply tunes into and turns on the divine flow that has always been present. So it's having faith that abundance and prosperity comes from that divine flow that is within us. And you know, what are the things that block that flow? That create restriction of that flow in our lives? One of the things is believing that money only comes from a job. That money only comes from our retirement or our investments. As soon as we say that money comes from that, we are saying that it's coming from someplace out here, outside of ourselves. And that's what we've been trained to see. We've been trained to see it that way. All of us. And you know, many teachers in the New Thought movement, they say, well, visualize. Just visualize what you want. Just close your eyes and visualize a big house or a boat or more money or whatever it is that you want. Just visualize it. And yes, that's helpful, because when we visualize what we want, it shifts our consciousness. So there is power in that. But if we are not first aligned with that divine flow, it's not going to come as quickly as we would like, or maybe not at all. So, you know, this stuff, as I'm speaking it, you all know this. It's not like you've never heard this before. Even if you've never been to the spiritual center before, or you're just beginning your spiritual path, you would have never found your way to this center today or online if you didn't already know this truth. It's just about remembering it. Remembering it. You know, as Marie mentioned, a group of us are doing this 40-day prosperity challenge. And we're following this little book. This is an amazing little book, The Abundance Book by John Randolph Price. $7 on Amazon. And what we do is there's 10 statements, 10 principles in here. Each day we pick one. We go in order, there's the 10. And then we meditate on it, and then through the 40 days. And these statements, it's interesting about these statements. They're not statements that say, well, just focus on this and you'll get more money in your life. It's really about getting in alignment with that divine flow. That's what every single statement is about. And he talks about in the book that when we focus on getting money, oh, I got to make this much money so I can go on this trip, or I got to make this much money so I can retire when I want to retire, or whatever that is, we block the flow. We block it. As soon as we focus on getting something, we block it. And so, because what we're doing is we're making our job the source. We're saying that money that we're waiting for from our retirement or whatever it is, that is our source. Yes, God is in all things. But truly, abundance and prosperity comes from the divine flow that exists within each one of us. So as we're going through these 40 days, as we're sitting there and we're saying the statements, we're feeling that energy and that vibration and the frequency of these statements, and we are getting in the divine flow. That's what we're doing. And so in the book, he emphasizes the importance of no longer seeing money as the only thing that's going to supply you the good that you desire. Focusing on something outside of yourself. John Randolph Price says this: your only source is the God presence within you. If your mind is on the source, the supply flows freely. If your mind is on the effect, you block the flow. So notice the areas in your life where you might be blocking it. Do you say things like, I can't afford that. I don't know if that's possible in my life. I don't know if I could really take that trip to Italy that I've been wanting to go on for so long. I don't know if I can really afford it. I don't know if I can do that. So notice where your thoughts are around money, around financial affairs. This is a topic that makes people really uncomfortable. So I understand if you're feeling a little uncomfortable. But just notice, just from an observer place, not from a, oh God, I'm bad and wrong because I'm having this negative thought. That's not what this is about. The spiritual journey is about being aware and noticing, oh, there I go again. Oh. We observe it, and then we make a different choice. Eric Butterworth said, to remain in the positive flow of life, refuse to indulge in conversation with others about anything negative related to the economy, high cost of living, or about anything you do not want to say yes to. Eliminate such thoughts as I can't, or I'm afraid, and there is not enough from your consciousness. Talk only about the things you want to see live and grow. This is hard to shift though, isn't it? Mm-hmm. This is hard because you're sitting with a friend and one person says, gosh, I know I just can't afford that thing. And the other person's like, yeah, me too. And God, I wish I could do that. And you're giving each other agreement about what you can't do. And it just starts this, right? The energy's going and you're just, yeah. Can you all relate to what I'm saying? Yeah, we've all done that. We've all done that. You know, something else I've noticed in spiritual circles is that I've heard people say, I just want a simple life. I don't need much. I don't need much. I just need a simple life. Notice if that's true for you. Is it that you really want a simple life, or is it that you don't believe that you're going to be abundant in this life? So then you say it's simple because that's easier. So just notice if that's true for you. Also notice if you have some judgment towards spiritual people who are really wealthy. Notice if that's a thing for you. When I lived in Los Angeles, I lived there for a long time, and in my 30s, I used to be part of a Kundalini yoga community. And after class, the teachers would always invite us over to their lovely homes, and we would drink chai and have lovely food. And one day, I went to this woman's house, and the teacher drives up in the snazziest white convertible Mercedes. And I was in judgment. I was absolutely in judgment of her. I thought, my goodness, here she's spiritual, and she's driving this $100,000 car. Like, what? Now, I've since shifted my perception of that. But, because I believe that it is our birthright. It is our birthright to have all the abundance that we desire and more. She happened to be a Kundalini teacher to Madonna and a lot of the stars in Los Angeles, so of course she drove a convertible Mercedes. Why shouldn't she? Why shouldn't she? And so, notice for yourself where the judgment is, whether it's toward yourself or toward someone else. And if you're feeling some uncomfortableness right now, take a breath. Just take a breath. Just notice. John Randolph Price said, if you deny unlimited prosperity, you are denying yourself, because you are the image of omnipresent wealth, the expression of the infinite riches of the universe, and individualization of lavish abundance. To get into that divine flow, we have to notice where our thoughts and our beliefs are. We have to notice the parts of ourselves that are have some challenges or judgment around wealth and making money. Marie talked about tithing. That's a whole topic that I will be talking about later in the month, and what that means. As we give, we receive. So it's a principle that we, this bug seems to be interested in this topic too. The divine truly wants to give to us everything we desire. We're the ones that block the flow. We're the ones that turn the faucet down or the dimmer switch down. The first statement in the abundance book that I showed you is this: God is lavish, unfailing abundance, the rich, omnipresent substance of the universe. This all-providing source of infinite prosperity is individualized as me, the reality of me. All 10 statements are very similar to this. And again, it's about getting in alignment with that flow. Once you're in alignment with that flow, the universe wants to just give you all that you desire and more. And so this source that is within us, how do we connect with it? Through meditation, through nature, through quiet moments. If this is new for you, you just, even for 5 minutes, just tuning in to the source within you. And consciously developing a relationship with it. And you know when you're in that divine flow. Because in those moments, you forget where your feet are. It's like I'm sitting in this chair, I can't feel my toes. Do you know those moments in meditation when you're like, you're in it, you're immersed in it? Eric Butterworth says, sorry, that's Ernest Holmes. Let's go to that. Ernest Holmes said, okay, this bug, hold on. He said, here and now, we are surrounded and immersed in an infinite good. How much of this infinite good is ours? All of it. And how much of it can we use? As much of it as we can embody. So it's always there, it's always available. We decide how much we want to allow that flow to come through us or not. And to know and to have faith in that the abundance and prosperity that we desire comes from that knowing. comes from that alignment with Source, comes from that connection with Spirit. And when we pray from that, not to. It's not, dear God, give me what it is that I desire. It's, thank you, God, for all the abundance and prosperity and beautiful, amazing things in my life. If you notice around in your life, wherever you are in your life, wherever you're living, or even in this room, there's an abundance of beauty. There's an abundance of incredible experiences, moments where we get to connect with another human being. There's an abundance of beautiful nature and trees, and the leaves are changing. There's an abundance of extraordinary things. Wherever we look, we will find those. So we pray from that place of gratitude. I'm so grateful for the abundance in my life. I'm so grateful that I am in this divine flow. And once we shift our consciousness, once we shift it, things start to show up a little differently in our lives. We have now turned up that light, that dimmer switch. So if you are not already part of our 40-day program, I encourage you to join us. Get this little book at the very least, and walk through the principles that are in here. It'll change your life, I promise you. And if you want to join us, you still can. So if you want to talk to me after service, I'm happy to add you to our group. So let's all join together to align with a divine flow that is within us. To make a commitment to ourselves that I will take one step to aligning with that flow so that more abundance and prosperity can flow into my life. And trust that. Trust that it is flowing. Trust that there is a shift that is happening within you. Let's move into prayer. Practitioners, please stand in high consciousness. And so in this space, in this moment, in this time, I recognize and know that there is a divine flow that is moving through each one of us. I'm knowing that as we take a step forward, to step into that divine flow and feel the energy of that our lives are blessed with an abundance of good. That we are knowing that supply comes from the divine, that it comes from that substance that is within us. As we let go of the attachment to it coming from outside of us, and we then shift to knowing that it is coming from that divine substance within each one of us. And as we do that, our consciousness is shifting. And as we are experiencing more abundance and prosperity in our life, that energy is going out and blessing the world, blessing our communities, blessing our families. And so with gratitude for all of that, knowing and trusting the divine that is showing up in our lives in every way, we just simply have to say yes. We just simply have to open our eyes and see what is happening in our lives through us, around us, and for us. And so with that, we let this go. We release this. And we trust and we have faith in that divine flow that always, always says yes. And so it is.
I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being.
touched your heart, has inspired you in some way, as it has inspired my life and all the years that I've been part of this teaching, I just invite you to give. We have a number of ways you can give. You can visit our website, you can text to give, or you can certainly mail your gift to us. So thank you, everyone. So take your gift, whether it is just love from your heart or an actual gift, and just place that over your heart. And let's say our offering affirmation together. Spirit's abundance flows through me. Joyfully, I share my good. And so it is.
I'm trying to tell you something about my life. Baby, give me insight between black and white. And the best thing you've ever done for me is to help me take my life less seriously. It's only life after all. Yeah. Well, darkness has a hunger that's insatiable. And lightness has a call that's hard to hear. I wrap my feet around you like a blanket. I sail my ship of safety till I sink it. I'm crawling on your shores. And I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountains. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. And the less I think my source is confident, the closer I am to mine. The closer I am to mine. I went to see the doctor of philosophy with a poster of Rasputin and a beard down to his knee. He never did marry or see a big great movie. He graded my performance. He said he could see through me. I spent 4 years prostrate to the higher mind. Got my paper and I was free. And I went to the doctor. I went to the mountains. I looked to the children. I drank from the fountains. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. And the less I see my source, the closer I am to mine. The closer I am to mine. I stopped by the bar at 3 a.m. to seek solace in a bottle or possibly a friend. And I woke up with a headache like my head against a board, twice as cloudy as I'd been the night before. And I went in thinking clearly. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountains. We go to the doctor, we go to the mountains, we look to the children, we drink from the fountain. Yeah, we go to the Bible, we go through the workout, we read up on the Bible, we stand up for the lookout. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. And the less I see my source for some definitions, the closer I am to mine. The closer I am to mine. The closer I am to mine.
Musicians, amazing. Oh my goodness. right? I know we met our $25,000 goal. Before I do that, I'm gonna bless this money, this amazing money here. Thank you. So we just know that this is divine substance, that it is blessing our community and it is multiplying. And I'm just knowing that as this comes into our community, it allows us to do more good work in the world. And so it is. Thank you all. All right, so yes, we met our $25,000 goal. So if any of you contributed to this, thank you so much. This is huge. CSL Foundation is now going to match that, so we're going to have $50,000 that it's going to grow. We're knowing that it's going to grow, and so we're just so grateful. So thank you all for contributing to that. Really exciting. I'm teaching a class called Self-Mastery, the emergence of the true self, and this is the focus of the class is really about understanding the difference between our human self and our spiritual self. And so we're going to dive deep into that and do some great exercises and meditations and all kinds of fun stuff. It's a very powerful class. You still have time to sign up if you'd like to, and you'll find out more about that in our newsletter or on our website. So check that out. That starts October 13th, so coming up. And for the month of October, we are doing a potluck soup. So what we've been doing, since we've been meeting at 5 o'clock, those of you that are new, we share this space. This is Foothills Unitarian Universalist Church. And so we do our services at 5 because of that. And it's dinner time. So after we do the service, then we go to the back and we have a little social time, and we're going to do soup. So who doesn't want soup in the fall, right? So I heard there's cheese broccoli soup and that Catherine made, and probably some other yummy stuff. Yay, okay. So all are welcome. So whether you brought something or not, feel free to join us in the back and say hello. We'd love to connect with you. Yeah. Okay, so here's the next thing, and I saved the best for last here. So our beloved Erica Ellis. Erica, come on up here.
Oh my God, no.
I'm sorry, I know I'm embarrassing you. So for those that don't know, so Erica has been our admin and our marketing person for almost 3 years, and she's extraordinarily talented, and she has now accepted a position with another nonprofit to go work full-time as a marketing person. So although we don't blame her at all, of course we're going to miss her, and so I just wanted to bring you up and just thank you for everything you've done, and just such a talent.
Thank you so much.
And there, we're going to have her favorite cake, German chocolate cake, in the back after. So if you don't want soup, you can have some of that. And so I want to bring up Indrani. So it's taking 2 people to replace Erica. That's how good she is, okay? So Indrani Kelly, she's going to be our new administrative assistant, and then Mary Lindsay is going to be our new marketing assistant. She's going to be based in Tennessee. So I'll be working with her from remotely, but Indrani will be here, and she's new to our community, so welcome her. So excited to work with you. Thank you, Indrani. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's stand for our benediction and our peace song. So I'm going to read these words if you want to follow along with me, or if you just want to close your eyes and just take them in. Just take them into your heart. May you be at peace. May your heart remain open. May you awaken to the light of your own true nature. May you be healed, and may you be a source of healing for all beings. And now I added something else here. So repeat after me and just continue to just take this into your heart. Love is who I am.
Love is who I am.
Love is who we are.
Love is who we are.
Love is all there is.
Love is all there is.
So we're going to sing the peace song. If you're comfortable holding a hand, if not, you can just keep your hands right on your heart. And we're going to close out with the peace song.